taught by His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. So, an introduction of Maharaj. Maharaj is well known for his gravity and deep learning of Shastras. Maharaj was a seeker since birth. He was searching out for the higher, and he read the Bible very thoroughly. He was not very satisfied with it. He then started associating with different spiritual groups. But then later on, in the year 1980, he came across an advertisement of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness movement. And he wrote to them, and they sent him out a Back to God in magazine. And then Maharaj read that magazine, and the rest is history. Maharaj then moved into the temple in the year 1982 and became a resident devotee. He took initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj. He took initiation from Bhakti Swami Maharaj, and he took sannyas later on from His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Maharaj is the first African sannyasi who is not only a sannyasi but also a Diksha Guru in ISKCON. And Maharaj has written given various talks, and he has written a very nice book. If those who are interested to know about Guru-Shishya relationship, it's called Spiritual Connection. So it's a must read for those who want to know more about the relation that a Guru and Shishya must have. And Maharaj has been taking courses at the Mayapur Institute for many years. And this year also we are very happy that he has agreed to teach. So let's chant a big Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Maharaj for
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunjanyari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodandana Prajanandana Yasodanandana Prajanandana Yamunatira Yamuna Tira Panachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Asodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Ye prasad. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jai Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jai Gurudev. Itai Gaura, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Itai Gaura, Hari Bol. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Astu Tarasita Sishimadhi Divine Grace ISKCON Founder Acharya Jagadguru A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Astu Tarasita Sishimadhi Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Gauri Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridasa Kora Ki Jai. Prem Ko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadu Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Mai Ki Jai. Ganges Mai Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premananda. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. All glories assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Trita Shanti Mr. Krishna Parashitana Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Bhakti Trita Tinamene Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakayam Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvitam Sapadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devan Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sivisakam Vitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prisavani Suti Devi Pranavami Hari Priya Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sandhyaye Vacha Patitanam Pavanivyo Vaishnavyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Isopanisad ki jai. Hare Krishna. Very, very grateful and encouraged by my dear uncle, who is very, very kind, fatherly, and exceptional. His Grace, Mishra Prabhu.
Maharaj, you remind us of Bhakti Shastri Course. That's all that's needed. You carry it.
So, yes, we beg your mercy, so you can say something.
In the Prabhupada Museum, Legacy Museum, they're going to open.
Yes.
I think one of the original letters I gave them, it's all framed, mentions your Guru Maharaj before sannyas, when his name that Prabhupada gave him was Ganasham Prabhu, Ganasham Das. He was one of the top book distributors for the BDT library part, selling books to universities, libraries, leading professors all over America, North America, and the world. So, he's famous.
Thank you very much.
Very special.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So we are going to hear what Prabhupada said about this book, Sri Isopanisad. First of all, we'll look at what is the meaning of Upanisad. What is Upanisad? There are three words joined together. Upa, Ni, and Sad. So in one sentence, what can we say Upanisad means? Who can phrase it first? Let's see. Upanisad. That knowledge which certainly loosen one's bondage. That is one. Destroy one's ignorance of our relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna, and thereby help us to attain liberation. It is called Upanisad. That knowledge which loosen bondage, destroy our ignorance of ourselves, oneself, in relationship with the Supreme Lord, and help us to attain liberation. It is called Upanisad. Is it clear? Yes. It is the last chapter. Upanisad is the last chapter of the Yajur Veda. It's the last chapter of the Yajur Veda. Of course, we have the 4 Vedas, and Sri Upanisad is part of the Yajur Veda, or you can say it's a Vajrasenaya Samhita. Vajrasenaya Samhita. It's part of the Samhitas. As you can see here, it is the praise. Actually, it is Swayambhuva Manu who is glorifying the Lord in this way. You look at the cover of here, Isopanisad. If you look at the cover, who is here? Who is Vishnu? There's so many Vishnu forms. Who is Vishnu is here? Mahavishnu. Who is Vishnu is here? I agree with you, it is Vishnu. But we have so many Vishnu forms. Which one? Narayan? Narayan is lying in the water. This one is not lying. Which one? No, look at it, you have it now. You have it. All of us will have it. See, Prabhu. Chatu, okay, he has 4 hands. Which Vishnu is here? That's what I'm asking. Which Vishnu? There are many Vishnu forms. You have Narayan, you can say Vishnu, so many. Which one is here? Yeah, I've seen this book many times now. You know what I'm trying to do? What I'm saying is that we don't look at things properly. Yes, it's supposed to be inquisitive by nature. And when we see something, we say, what is this? So we should know. Of course, now we are studying, so it's better to know it. Know it.
It depends on the position of Shanti Chakra Gada Padma.
Yeah, but who is this? Chaitanya Charitamrita gave all the details. Chaitanya Charitamrita, the details are there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But when you read this, when you read the Sri Upanisad, you should know which one is here. Okay, I will help you so you can get closer. Swayambhuva Manu is glorifying one form of Vishnu in this prayer. Who is that? Jagya. He's offering prayer to Jagya. Yes. But what is put here is Keshava. What is put here is Keshava. The picture is here is Keshava. It's Keshava. But it's supposed to be Jagya because he offered the prayers to Jagya, not Keshava. This Keshava that is here. The Bishop who is in charge of beauty was breathing. So he should tell us why you put Keshava instead of Jagya.
I only know that Prabhupada was very angry if anyone had any picture other than that on the cover of Isopanisad.
No, it's different pieces.
That's acceptable. Same picture. Same.
No, it's different hands.
Then, well, I took it. No excuse.
Yes. Yeah, Sri Prabhupada is very particular. He's very particular about everything about his book is also very, very careful. So this is Keshav that is here, and Prabhupada selected.
That was not the original. That was the original.
Yes. Yes.
That was the original painting that Prabhupada ordered.
Yes. See, it's always in all these Upanishads. Been the first one before this one. It has the same picture. So, Sri Upanishad define the what is the universe. It defined our own position in the universe, where we belong in the universe. He defined the position of God, Krishna. He didn't mention Krishna, the position of God, the supreme creator of the universe, which Prabhupada will explain in the introduction. I'll give you detailed implantation in the introduction. And I had the introduction was actually for Bhagavad Gita, originally. But it was put here. But it carries everything. It carries everything. So Sri Upanishad is a part of the Vedas. The Vedas is Shruti. We have Vedas are four. Rig Veda, Sam Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva. These are the four Vedas that we have. And Sri Upanishad is part of what? Yajur Veda. Which is for what? Sacrifice. It's for sacrifice. Rig Veda is for praise. Praises of Agni and Indra. Some Veda is also for praising someone. And Atharva is for the rite, the different rituals. Sri Upanishad is above the Vedas because it completely glorifies the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So when we look at the Vedas, when we take a Bhagavad Gita in the hand, or we take a Sri Upanishad, it's a small book. When we take this book like this in our hands, we should know exactly that this is not a novel. This is not a novel. It is very small in size, but very heavy, because it carries everything that we need to know to escape material existence. The book will keep us very close to Krishna. When we go inside the book, you will see that actually Sri Upanishad will keep us very close to Vishnu. Staying very close to Krishna means what? Liberation. I probably give an example. If you put iron inside fire, what happens? The iron will gradually become hot and become fire. And to act as fire. No more iron, but it is fire. Association with Sri Upanishad, like Bhagavad Gita and all our scriptures, they will keep us very close by the teachings, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is how we become liberated. By association with Krishna, we become Krishna conscious. So we're going to hear Swami Manu speaking of glorifying Lord Krishna in 18 mantras. We have Samhitas, we have Brahmanas, we have Aranyakas, and we have Upanishads. All of them have different functions for the benefit of human beings. the beginning of spiritual life. Therefore, it is called Brahma Vidya or Rahasya Vidya. Rahasya. What is Rahasya? Rahasya. Confidential. Very, very important. Something confidential. Krishna told Arjuna he is giving this confidential knowledge to him because of his friendship and being a devotee. The main emphasis establishes the absolute truth as non-material spiritual. It denies material personality but do accept spiritual personality. God is a person, not a material object. Like the impersonalists, the Mayavadis. They do not appreciate the form of God. God has no form. Why do they think that God should not have a form? Why they think that God should not have a form?
Then we limit God by
Nobody can hear you.
We have no mic to
it's limiting.
There's no
They
one
say
in
it's limiting God because by giving him a form, it's limited.
Okay, very good. Very good.
When you repeat it,
You used to have mic before, today you don't have mic.
They don't work.
It's not working?
They say that by giving God a form, they say that it limits God to a form.
See the word he used? We are giving God form. Who can give God form? Because it's already a mistake. It's already an illusion to think that one can give God form. Who can give God form? God is the origin of all forms. Therefore, they are not correct. Yes, what else? Why?
because they cannot imagine, because
They,
God is
they
everywhere.
cannot imagine how God should have a form.
Yeah.
Yes.
They take the wrong interpretation of Upanishads because in Upanishads they mostly talk about God does not have this material, God does not have any attribute, God does not have this, God does not have this, negative, negation. So they take they take use of negative connotation of the Upanishads and interpret it that God does not have any form.
Yes. They are envious. Envious of God. Because having form means what? They have senses. Having senses means what? Enjoyment. So God has no form, means he has no senses, therefore he cannot enjoy. But they have senses. And they can enjoy, but God should not enjoy. Therefore he should not have form. This is due to envy. This envy. Why he should not have form? Everything originates from Krishna. Everything originates from Krishna. Including themselves. They're all coming from Krishna. So we have three stages of understanding the absolute truth. The Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Three stages. According to our levels. The beginning is Brahman, like them. So they are at the beginning stage of God realization, to see Lord, the Supreme Lord, as light. God is light. But we have seen that in this room, the light here has the rays. Is independent. The light here, the fulgence is independent.
No.
Behind the fulgence is what? Behind this light, it is a fulgence. Behind it, what?
Filament.
There's a cable. There's a cable behind it. If you remove the cable, you don't get this effulgence. Is it not? And if you trace the cable, where will you go? If you trace the cable, it will go to the powerhouse. So the powerhouse is Bhagavan. The cable is Paramatma. And the light is Brahman. Less intelligent, Prabhupada would say, less intelligent. Less intelligent to think that there is a light without the source. It's less intelligent. Or there is a sound without the personality producing the sound. It's also less intelligence. It's ignorance. We can never hear any sound which is not produced by some object is producing that sound. So they have to have anything that in existence is coming from God, the Supreme God. Therefore, the Vedas are meant to be revealed to us when we study the Vedas under a bona fide, qualified master. Then we can understand the Vedas. On our own, it is not possible. Not possible to understand that. Many of our acharyas wrote commentaries on the Upanishad. Sankaracharya wrote commentaries 11, all 11 he wrote. Madhvacharya, he wrote commentaries on 11 also. Padibhushan wrote 10. But unfortunately, except for the one of Isopanisad, none can be found at present. We don't have any trace of it. So in total we have how many? 108 Upanishads. Out of 108, how many do we have today? How many? 11.
Rest not traceable.
Not traceable now. What are they? Isa Upanishad. We have Kena Upanishad, Katha Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Aitareya Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, Brihad, Aranyaka Upanishad, and Sweta Upanishad, which is very commonly quoted by Srila Prabhupada. Many books. Others are not available now, but this is what we have. Sri Isopanisad. The name is coming from where do we get the name from? The first mantra of this Isavasyan, right? So this is the breakdown of the word Upanishad. Sri means what? Auspicious. Isa, the supreme controller. Upanishad. Upa means near. Ni means certainty. And sad means loosen, destroy, or attain liberation. On the cover page, the Supreme Lord is depicted as Sri Kesha, one of the Vishnu expansions of Krishna. This is Kesha. Any question? Comment?
Shad means also means to sit. Means asking.
Sad. To loosen, to destroy, to attain. Liberation.
Shad also means I'm just asking sit because
Sit. As we're sitting,
because you mentioned behind the cover page. Shad means to sit.
sit close to Krishna. To stay very close to Krishna, very near to God. Right? Something else? Is it clear? Should continue? Yes.
Why do the Vedas cover Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, like the Upanishads especially? How come the Mayavadis read it and come out with the understanding that Krishna is, or the Supreme is not a person?
There is one question in the Jaiva Dharma. This is about Nilotakura. If God is one, and it is true that God is one, so if God is one, why there are so many different interpretations and commentaries by one person? So many wide, so many religions, so many interpretations. It's asking why they cover. They have different understanding. So Srila Bhakti Thakur explains that we have different level of consciousness. Different level of consciousness. For a person who knows so developed, Brahman is the beginning of spiritual life. It's the beginning, not the Brahmatma is the second level, and Bhagwan is the last level. So Brahman means the beginning of seeing the light. So you don't expect a child in the kindergarten to understand what is algebra. Is it possible? No. So if you're going to talk about algebra, if you ask him one what do you say? Times x. What is the answer? 1 times x. Yes, x. What is the answer? X, yes, x. 1 times x. Okay, now you ask a child about this. What answer will you get? It's not possible. It doesn't exist. So for a Mayavadi, the personality of Godhead does not exist. That is their level. So they cannot understand anything beyond that. But if you ask a devotee, Krishna, they are blissful. But not that God has a form. They can understand that. And identify with that. They play with it. So due to our level of consciousness, we will understand God to that level. Therefore, until they have association of pure devotees, then they can be promoted to come to the level of understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That's what Prabhupada said in the Bhagavad Gita 4:7 purport. Chapter 4, text 4, 7 purport. They need the mercy of a pure devotee to be free from their condition. Right? We understand God differently according to our level of purity. is a history. Swayambhu Mano, he's sang this mantra for us, this Isopanisad mantra. His wife is Satarupa. He has how many children? 5. Priyavrata and Maharathanapad. And then he has 2 ladies, Akuti, Devahuti, and Pasuti. From Akuti we have Prajapati, Ruchi, and from Ruchi we have Jagya. Isopanisad is a prayer offered by Swayambhu Manu to Jagya. When he retired to practice meditation, some demons, Rakshasas, fear Rakshasas approached him, desiring to eat him. Hearing his verses, Jagya liberated him after killing the Rakshasas, who could not be killed by the others, and could kill all others. This benediction was given to them by Lord Shiva, but their prowess could not be applied against Hari. All right? Yes. Prajapati Rishi is a man. It's a son. It's a son. Yes. And the Jagya is also a son. It's a man. Lord Vishnu. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
But Akuti is father, who is the father of Yajna? Akuti is mother, and who is the father of Yajna?
Prajapati Ruchi, huh?
He is the father.
Yes. Yes, Ruchi. You. Okay. The importance of Vedic knowledge. It's introduction. As Isopanisad is a Vedic literature, a brief explanation is given of what are the Vedas, how the Vedic knowledge is authentic, and how it is relevant for us, and what is the process of acquiring this Vedic knowledge. The 3 divisions: vision, guidelines, and prayers. Isopanisad is in 3 sections: the vision, the guidelines, and the prayers. And the vision, foundation of knowledge of Supreme Person. That takes us from mantra 1 to 3. Then we have practices for the living entities. We have practices. That takes us from 4 to 5. Knowledge of Supreme Person, 6 to 8. Knowledge and practice of the spiritual vision. Guidelines. 9 to 11. Guidelines for knowledge, 9 to 11. And guidelines for practice, this 12 to 14. The prayers is from prayers for knowledge is 15 to 16. And then prayers for practice is 17 and 18 two prayers. In this way you have 18 mantras. This is a breakdown. To learn what you get from the whole 18 mantras. Perfect relationship which exists between the living entity and our Supreme Creator. Mantras 1, 2, and 3. Perfect relationship between the Lord, the living entities, and His creation. The invocation describes the absolute truth, the objective of the book. Mantra 1 describes the Isa conception, the supreme ownership, and the the controllership of the Lord, the controllership of the Lord. Mantra 2 describes the consequence of following the law given in Mantra 1. Mantra 3 describes the consequence of not following the law given in Mantra 1. But the principle is given, the result obtained by following and the result obtained by not following. Mantras 4 to 8. Who cannot and who can understand the absolute truth? More details. 4 and 5 describe why people mentioned in Mantra 3 can't understand. Krishna gives the reason. 6, 7 describe the vision of the Mahabhagavat, one who sees Krishna everywhere. Mantra 8 describes some qualities of the Lord as seen by the Mahabhagavat. Ninth 11, cultivation of knowledge and nations. Mantra 9 describes two kinds of people who lack knowledge and not follow the Isavasa law. Mantra 10 describes how to acquire true knowledge. 11 describes the understanding of relative positions of material and spiritual knowledge. Twelve to 14, worship of absolute and worship of relative. Mantra 12 describes improper conceptions of the absolute truth and their worship. 13 describes how to develop proper understanding of the absolute. And 14 describes the importance of proper understanding of material and spiritual energies. (15 to 18) prayers for revelation of the Lord's spiritual form. Actually, from 15 to 18 is the prayers. 15 describes the relation between Krishna and his spiritual potency, the Brahmajyoti. 16 is a prayer for revelation. 17 emphasizes understanding Krishna at the time of death. And 18 is a concluding prayer to revive Krishna's mercy, or to receive Krishna's mercy. Thank you. Concluding prayer to receive Krishna's mercy. This is the breakdown for the whole mantra 18. So when you look at each verse, you can understand exactly what the verse is speaking about. Each mantra tells exactly what to expect. Okay. Next one. So we start the introduction. We're going to go to the introduction. Introduction. Yes.
Can we get this PPT if your Holiness allows?
Yes, why not? You get.
PPT. PPT, PowerPoint. Get a.
You want the pure PowerPoint? You want Maharajas to do your homework?
No problem. Anyone who wants, you can get, no problem. It's free. Yes, it is free. Introduction, teachings of the Vedas. Prabhupada is speaking now. It's a philosophy. The philosophy comes in now. The importance of Vedic knowledge. I see Isopanisad is a Vedic literature. A brief explanation is given of what are the Vedas, how the Vedic knowledge is authentic, and how it is relevant for us, and what is the process of acquiring this Vedic knowledge. Right? teachings of the Vedas is Prabhupada is speaking. It's a lecture delivered by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada on October 6, 1969 at Conway Hall, London, England. Ladies and gentlemen, today's subject matter is the teachings of the Vedas, Prabhupada is speaking. What are the Vedas? The Sanskrit Weber root of Veda can be interpreted variously, but the purpose is finally one. Veda means knowledge. Knowledge. Any knowledge you accept is Veda. For the teachings of the Vedas are the original knowledge. In the conditioned state, our knowledge is subjected to so many deficiencies. Why Prabhupada is speaking about the Vedas? What Prabhupada mind is speaking about the Vedas? Why the Vedas? Why is Prabhupada talking about Vedas?
Because everything that means belongs to, that means everything, the knowledge, whatever we see, everything mentioned in Veda, and the society should go on according to Veda. Without Veda, actually we are not, cannot be become human being, or we cannot fulfill our goal of life. And the Krishna says to know me, you can know to me about Veda, I know Veda.
Good, very good.
Maybe because the people in the audience, they might be aware, have heard of the term the Vedas, might have some little knowledge, so they might be able to relate better.
Okay.
From this angle.
Good, good. Someone else? Veda, yes.
Veda is our mother, where it can show us our real father. So Prabhupada to the point, like to give the mother first, and then they can get to know the absolute truth, who is non-different than Sri Krishna.
Very good. Very good. Veda. Prabhupada is speaking. So the Veda. So today's topic is the Veda.
Another name of Veda is the Shruti.
Another name of Veda is Shruti.
Prabhupada said here, Veda is a knowledge, the Vedic knowledge. That's what he said, the Vedic knowledge. So the Vedas, Prabhupada said, Vedic knowledge. The Veda is said, Vedic knowledge. Knowledge. So Prabhupada want to point to us, and he started by giving the defect. The Veda does not have defect. It's pure. So if we want to get something authentic, we should do what? Approach the Vedas. No speculation. Not ourselves. Because we have 4 defects. The Vedas does not have defect. What are the Vedas? Why we need to accept it? How to get it? What is the aim and history of the Vedas? Veda means knowledge. Paravidya. Transcendental knowledge. Why we need to accept it? The difference between a conditioned soul and a liberated soul is that the conditioned soul has 4 kinds of defect. The first defect is that he must commit mistakes. He must commit mistake. So we should accept the better because he does not have mistakes. But we have mistakes. The first one is make mistake. And he gave example. Even at the, for example, in our country, Mahatma Gandhi was considered to be a very great personality, but he committed many mistakes. Even at the last stage of his life, his assistant warned Mahatma Gandhi, don't go to the New Delhi meeting. I have some friends and I have heard there is danger. But he did not hear. He persisted on going and was killed. Even great personalities like Mahatma Gandhi, President Kennedy, and there are so many of them, make mistakes. Do we make mistakes? Do we make mistakes also?
Yes.
Only Mahatma Gandhi, Kennedy, we make mistakes? Okay. That means we are not. So if you want something perfect, then approach the Veda. So approach the Veda. That's the only hope. Right? So that's the first. The second mistake is what? We are in illusion. Big illusion. What is that? Illusion means to accept something which is not. Exactly. For example?
Sometimes there is a rope. We are thinking this is snake. That means accepting.
That's illusion.
Accepting the right thing as false. Sometimes this is false, but we are thinking this is right. We are not. This body is spiritual, but thinking we are. The body is all in all. This is
So that is the beginning. We are not this body, but all of us, majority of us accept that. We accept that we are this body. Look, all our activities, individually, let all of us look at our activities. An activity we do the whole day individually. What is the end? Our activity, where does it end? The body.
Yes.
Look, all our activities for the whole day, our eating is what?
The body.
I am doing this.
Our sleeping is what? Our defense is what? Mating is what?
The body.
Which of activities which is for the soul, which we do every day? Which activity is for the soul?
Chanting.
Because you are a devotee, right? If you are not a devotee, then?
No.
So we have never lived a life before. Now, before taking to Krishna consciousness, we have never lived a life. All the so-called life we have been living have been detected by our senses. The body is the lump of
Flesh.
yes,
Blood, mucus.
senses, material senses, or material senses. 24 element is what?
Material sense.
Material comprises this body. So all our activities are within this, are just within, limited to this body. Where is activity for the soul? We have never lived a life. Our life has been detected by our senses since ever, until one take to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, for one who is not in Krishna consciousness is not yet a human being, but basically we are sleeping. When you're not in Krishna consciousness is sleeping. Sleeping sound in ignorance. Therefore, we need the Veda, the sound of the Vedas to get us out of our illusion. Accepting the body as a self. And Prabhupada said, if I ask you, what are you? You will say, I'm a devotee. Right? Now you can say I'm a devotee. But before then? Before then?
I'm Indian, I'm such and such designation, I'm engineer, I'm doctor.
Engineer, doctor. These are the activities which we do, but where are we? Engineer is activity which you do, right? Doctor is activity which you do. A teacher, the activity which you do, but who are you doing these activities? Illusion. Right? We don't know who we are. Even for some of us who have come very close, we have come very, very close. You should see how deep this thing is, this knowledge is, how deep it is. They say illusion. We should try to understand what it means by illusion. People have come so close, even to study the Vedas. But what is the purpose of studying the Vedas? To become zero. That's what studying the Vedas for. Yes, we should study the Vedas, but look at some of us who are studying the Vedas. We are studying the Vedas to become zero. No form means what? They have no form. No existence. Therefore, they cannot describe Krishna. They cannot describe Krishna because Krishna has no form. So, you talk about something that doesn't exist. They say utopia. Utopia is something which it doesn't exist. We just imagine, but it doesn't exist. It's illusion. I am this, I am that. All these are bodily identification, but you are not this body. This is illusion. This is illusion. Can you see? Is it clear? Huh? You can see? Can you see clearly?
What is the clear?
Font is little small.
Light?
Light?
No,
Not
it's
light.
not the light. It's the
I think it's
picture.
from
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain
Not
it.
this light.
Glare.
That is projector's light.
No more glare.
That is projector's light.
This like
You have been through this. Earlier.
from where the glare is.
Projector's light.
Projector itself.
So we don't use up the time. If you can't see, stand up and move around to where you can see.
Yeah.
And we don't have to keep playing with the lights.
Yeah. Yes. Does it make sense? The four defects are here, right? So our knowledge is imperfect. Therefore, we need the Vedas to have perfect understanding. The third one is that we have a cheating propensity. Everyone has a propensity to cheat others. Although a person is fool, number one, he poses himself as very intelligent. Although it is already pointed out that he is an illusion and makes mistakes, he will theorize. I think this is this, this is this. But he does not even know his own position. He writes books of philosophy, although he is defective. That is his disease. That is cheating. That is cheating. And do we know we are all doing these things? What is cheating thing we are doing even as devotees? We are doing? Huh? If I tell you, Prabhu, can you give me 2 minutes? Please, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes. What is that? I'm asking. It's very common among devotees. Please give me 2 minutes, Prabhu. 2 minutes. I'm going to spend 1 hour with you. That is cheating or not? It's cheating. So can we stop this? Can we stop cheating?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Don't tell somebody, give me 2 minutes. You know very well they are not going to take all the 2 minutes. They are going to take 1 hour. Don't tell somebody, give me 2 minutes.
Then you want to stop.
Huh?
Then you want to stop.
Better to be straightforward. Yes, better to be straightforward. You'll be happy. I say you'll be happy if you're straightforward in dealings. So we're talking about cheating mentality. It's a defect. And the last defect is imperfect senses. See, now we have difficulty even seeing. What you say, we have difficulty seeing it. So our senses are imperfect. Is it not true? You can't see well. Why do we drive a car inside the bush? Why? Why do we drive a car inside the bush? Instead of going to our destination, to our house, you see, we are going, you enter the bush. What is that? Imperfect senses. Imperfect senses. Why we're using this? Why this? Imperfect senses. It's imperfect. Our senses are not perfect. Speaker. Sudha Goswami use microphone? Sudha Goswami. But, Sukadeva Goswami. They use microphone? We are a few here, right? Sudha Goswami was speaking to 880,000 people. And Namisharan. He used microphone? And did anyone complain they were not hearing him? Goswami, please, louder! You cannot hear you! 80,000 people.
Wow.
Is a small crowd? Without microphone, they were able to hear without complaint. So our senses are defective. So you can't see properly. Therefore, according to Srila Prabhupada, we shouldn't speak. We should not speak. We should only hear the Vedas. After hearing from the Vedas and become purified, we can speak. We can speak. It to be perfect. So he concluded, why should we accept the Vedas? Why? Why should we accept the Vedas? If immediately the room becomes dark, you cannot even see your hand. So what power do you have to see? You cannot therefore expect knowledge, Vedas, in these imperfect senses. With all these deficiencies in conditioned life, we cannot give perfect knowledge to anyone. No, we ourselves are perfect. Therefore, we accept the Vedas as they are. We accept the Vedas as they are. He also said that the Vedic is what? It's an axiomatic truth. Axiomatic truth. Axiomatic truth. What is axiomatic truth? What is axiomatic truth?
In mathematics, we use the term axiom, axiomatic truth. In mathematics, we use axiomatic principle, axiomatic truth. So,
Not
that
assumption.
cannot be practically demonstrated, but that is truth.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that is true. That's good. Yes.
Geometric, that truth means here, that means this earth and the metal, that means measurement, and truth, that means the measurement of earth as truth, whatever the
Beyond our understanding, we simply have to listen. So you just listen. Yes, if you listen, because it's perfect, it comes from perfect, it's spoken by perfect person. If you listen, then we will get the purification to understand. By our own defective experimentation, we can never understand. We really have the fault. So what is our qualification to understand? We don't have the qualification to understand until we hear the Vedas perfectly. Then we can get purification that will enable us to hear, to understand. That's a geometric truth. Yes. These natural classifications are found everywhere. This is the Vedic principle, and we accept it. Vedic principles are accepted as a geometric truth, for there cannot be any mistake. That is acceptance. For instance, in India, cow dung is accepted as pure, and yet cow dung is a stool of an animal. In one place, you will find the Vedic injunction that if you touch stool, you have to take a bath immediately. But another place, it is said that the stool of a cow is pure. If you smell cow dung in an impure place, that place becomes pure. With our ordinary sense, we can argue. This is contradictory. Actually, it is contradictory from the ordinary point of view, but it is not false. It is a fact. In Calcutta, a very prominent scientist and doctor analyzed cow dung and found that it contains all antiseptic properties. So that is the Vedas. That's why we should accept the Vedas, because they are perfect. With experimentation, we cannot understand. But by hearing, we can understand. The Vedas should be heard. So Prabhupada also gave an example. The authenticity of the Vedas is what? It comes from Lord Krishna. It's perfect. It is like our mother. The Vedas are like our mother. If one would like to know who is a mother, by going to the street and ask every woman that in the street, are you my mother? Are you my mother? Are you my mother? Someone would think this is a crazy person. Right? But if you ask the mother, who is my mother? She will tell, I'm your mother. How many minutes will take? How many minutes will take to ask your mother, who is my father? Huh? A moment, you get the answer. But if you want to make experiment, how long it will take? Huh?
Months together at least.
Do we have the duration of life to make that? What is the duration of our life to make the experiment? Even those who live for 100,000 years, 100,000 years. How long does it take Isopanisad Muni to practice before he fell down? How long? 60,000 years. And 60, we don't have that. What the rigors of austerity he underwent. It is called Sabda Pramana because it gives transcendental knowledge. Transcendental knowledge cannot be acquired by any other means. There's no other means than Sabda, hearing. Yes. It's not a compilation of human knowledge. It's coming directly from Krishna. It's Krishna. Not meant by human. The Vedas are not given by human beings. It's directly Krishna. Therefore, it is beyond the four defects. By following this, you can become successful. All right? Is it clear? Okay. Yes. Where's the mic?
Alright, so you said that the only thing we should do with the Vedas is just hear.
Yes.
Axiomatic and questionable. But we have experienced so many things. Before we come to the Vedas, we have experienced so much knowledge which is fallible, that this scientist brings this and then it is written out by another scientist. So how can we hear the Vedas without questioning, without that sense of doubt that, okay, the Vedas is, because it's new in many of our lives. It's new, and how can we accept it without questioning?
Something new is not a qualification or disqualification. Something new means there's so many things which are new to us we don't know. How do we know about it? By hearing. By hearing. If one thing that I have heard from so many scientists now, I don't need to hear again, then we remain in darkness. Because what is our scientists? Our scientists, our politicians, and the philosophers are dangerous. They are dangerous because they mislead us. They mislead us. So we should hear. The Vedas are not compiled of compilations of human knowledge. Vedic knowledge comes from the spiritual world, from the Lord Krishna directly. Another name for the Vedas is Shruti. Shruti, hearing. To hear refers to that knowledge which is acquired by hearing. It is not experimental knowledge. Scientists, what? Experiment. They're making experiment, making a lot of research, and making a lot of mistakes. The knowledge from the Vedas is not meant for experimentation. Right? Have any one of us have seen air? Have you seen air? You have seen?
No.
Air? Air.
Air.
Power.
But you can feel.
Eh?
Not seen, but you can feel.
Yes, but we want to see. We want to see. If I don't see, I don't believe. So we can see? Have you seen our mind?
No.
If I tell you, probably you have no mind. Because you don't see. I don't see. So you don't have mind. How will you feel? I don't see the mind, so you don't have mind. There's no mind. I don't see intelligence. No intelligence. Is that knowledge? But we can feel it. Even though we don't see, we can feel. Right? There are so many things which we don't see, which we not see, that are existing, and we need them. Who can exist without air? Anyone? Who can exist without air? Can you live without air, breathing?
No, it's impossible.
But have you seen?
No. By experience we see.
By experience, yes, by experience, you should know. By experience, you should know. So here, from the right source, we'll understand. It is not experimental knowledge. It is not. Shruti is considered to be like a mother. We take so much knowledge from our mother. For example, if you want to know who your father is, who can answer you? Your mother. Only the mother can do that. If the mother says, here is your father, you have to accept it. No, how can you prove this is my father? Can you prove to me? Can you prove to me why is my father? Show me, how is my father? I wouldn't make that experiment. How? Even our DNA is not perfect. Is it perfect? Faulty. It's made from imperfect senses. Right? Made from imperfect senses. One woman was pregnant. And she told the doctor, check, the baby is a boy or a girl. So they checked, doctor checked. It's a girl. The lady said, please, I need to abort. I want a boy. She was aborted, and the baby came out as a boy. Is that perfect? Is that perfect? She lose everything. She lose everything. She lost the money. She lose the baby. With all the pains that she passed through to do the abortion. Hare Krishna. Shall we take break? Okay. How many minutes? 10 minutes? 10 minutes. Okay. Hare Krishna.